What if your best friend had whiskers instead of words? What if intelligence came not in books but in playful splashes of water? And what if a small wild animal changed the meaning of companionship forever? Today, we are going to study a story. We are stepping into a real life adventure of love, loneliness, curiosity, and an extraordinary otter named Mijbil. Welcome to this beautiful lesson, children. Mijbil the Otter by Gavin Maxwell. Mijbil the Otter is a true autobiographical story written by Gavin Maxwell. This lesson is not about wildlife facts alone. It is about emotional bonding, about how animals think, feel, and respond, and about how loneliness can be healed through love and understanding. The story takes us from the marshes of Iraq to the streets of London, and finally into the heart of a man who found friendship in the most unexpected form. The story begins in the year 1956. Gavin Maxwell travels to southern Iraq. He tells us that earlier he had lived peacefully in a cottage called Camus Fierna, situated in the Scottish Highlands. The place was surrounded by water and perfect for someone who loved nature. However, Maxwell's life changed when his beloved dog Johnny died. His house became silent, his days became lonely, and although people suggested getting another dog, Maxwell felt he could never replace Johnny. Then, one day, a strange but exciting idea crossed his mind. What if instead a dog he kept an otter as a pet? He believed that his water surrounded home would be ideal for such an animal. A friend told him that otters were commonly found in the marshes of the river Tigris, and Arabs often tamed them. With hope and excitement, Maxwell traveled to Basra, where he stayed at the British Consulate General. Due to communication delays, Maxwell had to wait several days. Finally, one day, two Arabs arrived carrying a sack. The sack moved, something inside it twisted and squirmed. With curiosity and excitement, Maxwell opened the sack. Out came a creature that looked nothing like what he had imagined. It was covered in mud, its body looked like it was wearing armor, and it reminded him of a small medieval dragon. The strange little creature was the otter. Maxwell named him Mijbil, or simply Midge. Later, scientists discovered that Midge belonged to a previously known species which was named Latrogale perspicillata maxwelli, also known as Maxwell's otter. During the first 24 hours, Midge was neither friendly nor hostile. He was aloof, he kept his distance, he showed no interest in Maxwell. But on the second night, something changed. Midge climbed onto Maxwell's bed and slept near him. Slowly, very slowly, a bond began to form. Midge became curious. He explored the room. He started observing his surroundings. This marked the beginning of a deep companionship. Maxwell soon discovered that water was not just a need for Midge, it was his joy. When Maxwell took him into the bathroom, Midge plunged into the bathtub with excitement. He splashed, dived, rolled, and made enough noise to sound like a hippo. Maxwell learned an important truth about others. Water must always be moving. A bowl of water must be overturned. If not, it must be splashed in until it overflows. To an otter, still water is boring, but moving water is life. 2 days later, Midge surprised Maxwell completely. He escaped from the bedroom, ran to the bathroom, climbed into the bathtub, and turned on the tap by himself. Not only that, he adjusted the flow of water. And if the tap failed, he chattered in irritation. This showed Midge's remarkable intelligence. Midge soon started inventing his own games. He played with a rubber ball like a four-footed footballer dribbling it skillfully. He threw it with a flick of his neck to great heights. He lay on his back, juggled marbles on his stomach, and never dropped them. This playful behavior proved that animals are not dull or instinct driven alone, they can think, invent, and enjoy life. Eventually, Maxwell had to take Mitch to England. This was the most stressful part of the story. British Airlines refused to carry animals. So, Maxwell booked a flight from Basra to Paris and then to London. The airline insisted that Midge must travel in a small box. To help Midge adjust, Maxwell placed him inside the box before the journey. When Maxwell returned after a meal, he saw an appalling sight. The box was silent, blood had trickled out. Midge had torn the box apart, trying desperately to escape. Maxwell quickly repaired the box, removed sharp edges, placed Midge back inside, and rushed to the airport just in time. During the flight, Midge escaped from the box. There was panic, passengers screamed, a woman stood up shouting, "A rat, a rat." Midge ran down the aircraft aisle and disappeared under the legs of a potty Indian man. Maxwell tried to catch him but missed, and ended up with curry on his face. An air hostess calmly asked Maxwell to return to his seat and assured him she would handle the situation. Later, Midge returned on his own. He bounced onto Maxwell, nuzzled his face and neck, and settled down peacefully. Maxwell praised the air hostess, calling her the very queen of her kind. Life in London. In London, Mitch continued to amaze everyone. People could not identify him. They guessed he was a baby seal, a squirrel, a walrus, a hippo, even a brontosaurus. The funniest moment came when a laborer stared at Mitch angrily and asked, "What is that supposed to be?" This showed how unfamiliar people were with wildlife. Let me conclude, children. Mijbil the Otter is not just a story about an animal, it is a story about companionship, about emotional healing, and about respecting nature. Through Midge, Gavin Maxwell teaches us that animals feel love, show intelligence, and deserve care and understanding. The lesson reminds us that true friendship needs no language. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with your friends who love animals and stories. And don't forget to subscribe for more Class 10 English explanations, stories, and exam-ready lessons. Thank you for watching. See you in the next class.